Jeremy, how's it going?
Good, Shad. So just need to talk about the lesson I'm going to teach.
Yeah, we're going to have a little pre-observation. Talk a little bit about what I want to see in the observation. That was your goals.
Okay.
And here's your growth plan. Said, just remind you of the goals we set. The lowest performing students are not growing at expected rate, and we want to increase the median goal percentile of the lower 23rd percent of the students from 43 to 50%.
Okay.
That's one of our goals, and to narrow the percentage on the formal assessments between identified students and the rest of the class. So we want to take those kids that are struggling, we want to track their progress. And so, if you remember, our goal was A5 on the rubric,
Yeah.
which was to track students over time. And so,
And have them set goals.
yeah, set goals and track their progress.
On learning. Yeah.
And make goals about what they think they can do to improve. Okay.
Sounds
So
good.
in today's lesson, we'd like to kind of feel that out a little bit. We'd like to see that. I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
It says the individual and small groups with identified needs and concerns. So counsels individual students and small groups with identified needs and concerns. And use surveys, develop lesson plans, and logs. This is the teacher instructional evidence plan. So what do you think you could show us that would show that your instructional evidence today?
So for my lesson, I have planned like 3 different paragraphs.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm really trying to separate out, like, we're learning a new concept. Well, for some of them it's new, some of them hopefully have learned it and remembered it. But, so I'm having them just like separate out into 2 categories, like which is a predator, which is an imperfect, so that I can at least tell if they're able to, first off, just identify what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's the plan. And on there, I'll have them self-evaluate, you know.
Okay, good. That's part of the goal. That's A5.
Yeah.
The six different parts of the rubric.
Yeah. So what I like to do is just have them show me on their fingers, like, where are you on this concept? So you 10, you totally get it, you can explain to somebody else, or 0, you don't even know what the word predator or imperfect mean, right?
Okay.
So I plan on doing a little bit with them, have them show me, and then they'll document on their own paper, like, where are you right now? And then we'll go through the lesson, and they'll show me again, you know? And yeah, it's a self-evaluation, right? But then I'll have them write again on there, and then I want them on the top of their page to show me the difference between their first self-assessment and their second self-assessment. Then on the back of this lesson, I'll have them write a goal for improvement that they'll work on this week.
Okay, great. And so you're going to have them self-assess on their progress towards the travel project.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So
that'll all lead into the travel.
Because they're going to use that tense in the travel project. So
yeah.
We want them to map how they're doing on those skills.
Yeah. So they'll be ready. They'll feel confident, you know. Hopefully, if they follow through with their goals when that project comes around.
All right. And then, what are you going to do to learn about? What are some of your goals to learn about this section of the rubric?
A5?
Yeah.
Well, the things that I've done so far to learn about it are just, you know, conferencing with administration, give me direction, and in our personal development plans. I think with those 2 things, I'm kind of getting a lot better grasp. I've also met with other teachers and got examples of their trackers. Like we talked, you showed me yours, and I talked to one of the math teachers, and she helped me think of that. And I was working earlier today on putting one of those trackers together for my class.
Okay, great.
I think I'm just going to have it like one we saw with Mr. Stemley's tracker too. That was really helpful. So I'm going to put one together that just takes them through, like, can you identify what this is? Can you understand it, like translate it, and then can you use it? You know, can you actually implement this into your own language use?
Very good.
So there'll be a progression there. You know, just can you tell when it's in there? Can you understand what it means when it's in there? And then when it's in there, can you put it in there?
Right.
Can you make it happen yourself? And then that's what I think my tracker is going to look like.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll be able to create a goal, or there'll be a little section for like a memory prompt, like
Right.
what you need to remember to
Mhm.
make sure that you don't leave this knowledge behind. You can include that in the little tracker too.
Okay.
So
That sounds like you've learned about it. And
tried.
You've
I
understood
felt
it.
pretty lost until recently, actually, on how to do it all, but it's coming together finally.
And then also you've made a goal to read the book.
I have, yeah.
Have you had any chance to?
I haven't read the book yet,
Okay.
but I need to. So thanks for the reminder to dust it off.
And then also we made a goal to make parent contact.
Mm-hmm.
Any luck with that?
Yeah, it's been good.
We wanted to call all the D's and F's.
Yeah,
And at least make a couple contacts a week with parents.
yeah.
Good. So what we're going to do is we're going to have you, we've talked about your goals and the goals of the school, and so that sounds like a pretty good plan we have, so I'll observe you and I'll look for those aspects of the rubric.
Yeah, if you could kind of help me too, figure out a good way to take what I get and move it into my tracker,
Okay.
going forward from here.
All right, yeah.
If you have any, if you see anything, you're like, oh yeah, that would,
Okay.
just because I feel like I'm still developing in that area a bit.
Okay.
So,
I can do that.
Cool. Let me know. Sweet.
All right, well, thank you very much,
Yeah.
Jeremy.
You bet.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. So, we've been working on the preterite and the imperfect, right?
And videotaping?
Are you videoing me? Better suck in my gut.
Okay.
So, we're starting out, you guys. Hey kid, you didn't have to look that way. Okay. We're starting out, you guys take out your headphones. Come on, pay attention to you. Alright, starting out, we just want to be able to identify, like, which ones are preterite and which ones are imperfect, right? So, because I love you guys, I wrote 3 enthralling paragraphs. They're exciting.
Enthralling?
Yes. Below each paragraph, you'll see you have a place to write and identify which ones are in the preterite, which ones are in the imperfect. Okay? Okay? We'll talk about what these paragraphs say and mean after you complete the exercise.
Do we
On
have
the-
to translate the words?
Do we have to completely exercise?
We will translate them, but initially we're just going to identify. Okay? That's pretty low level still, but we need to make sure everybody's there before we move on. Or at least the majority of the people who are actually interested in really learning, which I hope is everyone. Okay, on the back of the page, this is very important as well. You're going to set a goal for this week according to how well you're able to identify preterite and imperfect in the front. Okay? So, I'll have some suggestions when we get to that point, things you may want to set as a goal, but maybe already we'll have your own thinking.
What is Johnston doing? He's videotaping me.
He's making a movie.
I really
for
hope
YouTube.
not.
Please, no.
He's working
Turn it
on
close
his,
up on my face.
he's working on a degree, so he's making a movie.
I'm doing an evaluation project.
Look close up.
Okay.
Me.
Okay. The question, I've been asked a question, you guys. Everybody listen. The question is, once I write the words down, do I have to say what they mean? If you can, do it. If you you're not able to, we'll work together on that. But for this initial part, I want to make sure you can just simply identify what's great and what's imperfect, okay? We're just trying to figure out that small part right now. You guys, it's not the reason that we're just taking... Everybody listen. The reason that I want to just simply have you guys evaluate yourselves on your ability to identify is because if we say do it all at once and someone has a problem, we're not going to know what they actually have a problem with unless we've gone step by step to figure out exactly which parts you understand and which parts you struggle with, okay? So just to begin, just identify which ones they are, categorize them. If you can translate them, great. That's the next step, okay? But we're just starting at step 1. So go for it. 4, 5, 1.
Can I mess with your video? Please?
No. Will only be like 2 seconds.
I'm not filming you, I'm just filming what